Please stand and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
From Keno North Stadium in the Keno Sports Complex in Tucson, Arizona, FC Tucson hosts Strikers FC South Coast in tonight's WPSL matchup. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is John Orsenega, your commentator for the evening. And tonight, the FC Tucson women have come home for their final two matches of this WPSL regular season, playing a pair of teams who've taken the trip from Southern California. Tonight, a Strikers FC side who beat them in their first matchup out in the Los Angeles area back in early June. Strikers' only win of the season so far was that. So the Tucson ladies looking for some revenge tonight as they try to break this three-way tie in second place right now in the Pac South Division standings. Everybody chasing the San Diego Sea Lions, but Tucson looking to secure second place here on this final weekend for themselves of the season. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups for this evening's game, starting with the hosts, FC Tucson, going with a 4-3-3 formation this evening, and a few changes, some people that we have not seen in goal. Rachel Wilson making her first appearance of the season. Over at left back, part of that back four is Kelly Pierce, a veteran of this Tucson native, veteran of this Tucson side, in for her first action of the entire season, joining Alex Kidmore, Savannah Berry, and Jessica Nelson, some of the mainstays of the defense on the back line. Three in the middle, Jessie Hicks, Sarah Adams, and Maddie Irwin coming back into action for this final weekend. And then up top, Paige Maggio, flanked by Jessica Rabe and Hannah Leitner. And for the visitors, Strikers FC, in goal, wearing number 1, Amani McDonald. In the back, number 5, Megan Guzman. Number 6, Alessandra Ramirez. Number 7, Gabby Zamaripa. And number 8, Sarah Marr. In the midfield, number 10, Darielle O'Brien. Number 19, Haley Gonzalez. Number 12, Connie Calise. Number 13, Nicole Millar. And the two up top for strikers, number 14, Ashley Webb, and number 15, Melissa Garcia. Just about ready for kickoff here at Keno North Stadium this evening.
Noise for your FC Tucson women. Let me hear you.
Referee Noah Kenyawani, center referee for this evening. Just making sure everyone is set and just about ready to go here. It's going to be strikers to kick things off, wearing the white jerseys and then the black shorts this evening, moving left to right across the screen to start things off. And Tucson in the all reds at home and moving towards the left of your screen for this first half. Mentioned this striker side, one of the Southern California, as Amani McDonald's clearance goes out of bounds for a Tucson throw-in. This striker side, one of the Southern California teams in this Pac South division, which is made up of 6 teams, 4 of them hailing from the Southern California area, all except for Tucson and the Phoenix Del Sol, the 2 Arizona sides. As Jessica Nelson's flip, though, bounces into the box. Hannah Leitner, just too tall for her. The punch comes from McDonald and a flag up against Tucson. So it'll be a goal kick coming here for McDonald's. Dangerous throw-in right there from Nelson, and that's exactly her intention with that flip throw that we've seen so often from her this season. Is the idea is just to get a little more strength behind it, put it as deep into the box as possible, and it almost worked to perfection right there. Had a dangerous bouncer right through the middle of the defense. Just a little too tall for Hannah Leitner. Of course, flag was up anyway. Here is Leitner trying for the turn, but blocked off. Turnover in the middle of the park now with Maddie Irwin, finding Sarah Adams out on her right. Leitner leaves it for Adams. Her pass just too shy for Maddie Irwin. Now Irwin with a big switch over to Jessica Rabe on this left side. Plenty of space. Rabe, cross into the box. Wide open. Paige Maggio. Nelson coming up. Her shot blocked. Great look early on for Paige Maggio right there, but bit of a difficult ball to handle. Couldn't quite get connected with it. Now back with Rabe on the left side, looking for the overlap, but dispossessed first. Bad giveaway right there for strikers. Maddie Irwin, ball into the box beyond everybody and out for a goal kick. Tucson doing well here in the early going to regain some possession here in their offensive half of the field. Put a little early pressure on this striker side. The Tucson ladies have played 8 games so far this season. Every team in the Pac South division plays 10, playing each opponent, each other team in the division twice. So just the 2 games to go here on this final weekend, and They have a record of 2-3-3 through those first 8 games, and goes Paige Maggio, showing off her flip-throwing skills. She and Jessica Nelson. So Tucson 2-3-3 through the first 8 games, so 9 points through 8 games. Giveaway there, and Sarah Adams looking to find Leitner streaking into the box. Cut out by Strikers, but that's going to be out for a goal kick for the Southern California side. Desert Diamond Casinos and Entertainment is proud to be the sponsor of FC Tucson men's and women's soccer. With convenient locations at Nogales Highway, south of Valencia, and at I-19 and Pima Mine Road, Desert Diamond Casinos is your place to play. We have the hottest games around. Experience their fantastic rewards and the great deals available to our members. Follow them on Twitter at Diamond Casinos and on Facebook /DDCAZ to get the latest updates. So those 9 points for Tucson puts them in a 3-way tie for second place in this Pac South division. Another bad giveaway from Strikers. Maddie Irwin got some space. She's got Hannah Leitner on her right. Plays it to her. Leitner, first touch, lets her down there, and the deflection rolls to McDonald, who distributes early. So Tucson tied with the LA Galaxy San Diego side that we saw in here back in June. Very exciting game, that one, a 2-2 draw in the end. LA Galaxy in that game had a pair of goals scored directly from a corner kick in that first half. But Tucson able to come back in the second half with a pair of goals from Jesse Hicks, including one right in stoppage time on a mad scramble in the middle of the box that earned the Tucson ladies a point. And then FC Pacific, who Tucson will see here tomorrow night for the season finale. Though all 3 of those sides tied with 9 points right now in second place. And then the Strikers side finds himself in 5th place. They've played 7 games this season. 1 less than Tucson, and have gotten 6 points from those 7 games. Jesse Hicks's pass blocked and counter opportunity for Strikers, but through ball goes through everybody. And it's going to roll all the way to Rachel Wilson in the Tucson goal this evening. Her first action of the season. The Tucson native, one of many on this FC Tucson side. Plays her college ball at Malacaster College in St. Paul, Minnesota, a long way from home. Through ball opportunity right there. Jessica Rabe looking for Paige Maggio. Cut out by Strikers. So the Strikers only 6 points through 7 games so far this season. A record of 1-3-3. That one win was back at the beginning of June. And it was against this Tucson side, so their only victory of the season against Tucson. That was the second game of the year for both of these teams. And it was a 2-1 Strikers victory. Tucson getting a late goal from Sarah Adams in that one. Ultimately, that was just a meaningless consolation. Rabe does well to put the throw in down and gets the pass back. Adams' ball over everybody, just too close to McDonald. Big boot on the punt away right now. Strikers looking dangerous for the first time tonight. Right there. But a giveaway in the end. And now opportunity to counter here for Tucson. About a 3-on-3 at the moment. Maddie Irwin looking ahead to Crouch. Crouch for Leitner. Right back to Crouch. A little too far away from her. Fizzles to nothing in the end. Boy, Amani McDonald showing a big leg on those goal kicks. The Long Beach, California native, as are pretty much all of the members of this Strikers team, members of the Los Angeles general area. And stayed home for college ball. Going to be a junior at Long Beach State this coming fall. Indecision there from a couple Strikers players, and Sarah Adams steps up to take the ball right away from him. Another bad giveaway from Strikers. Maggio's ball, though, too far out for Rabe. Gets to it, though, on the blocking. Collides with McDonald. Goes down hard. And the referee immediately stops. That was a hard collision right there between Rabe and McDonald going after that ball. And Rabe immediately went to the ground. And I'll tell you, I'm not surprised given some of the giant goal kicks we've seen out of McDonald so far in this one. I imagine she is quite something to have to collide with at full speed. Rabe, though, getting to her feet now. Looks like she'll be okay. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of her on that one. And she will walk her way to the sideline here to the applause from the crowd. And we will get our first substitution of the game here for Jessica Rabe, who hopefully has not seen her last action of the night. And we're going to have a pair of subs here for Tucson. It's going to be Hannah Wong coming on for Hannah Leitner for her first action of the game. And number 20, Mari Urquidez coming in up top as well. So a couple of forward substitutions right there with Leitner and Rabe coming off for the moment. Good step up right there from Savannah Berry to intercept that pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, now on the pitch for FC Tucson, number 13, Hannah Wong, and number 20, Mari Urquidez.
Savannah Berry doing well again there, this time shielding the ball as it slowly rolled out for a goal kick. Well done by number 7 in red. Do you know CARF International? Based in Tucson, CARF International is an independent, nonprofit advocate for quality in health and human programs around the world. CARF International is proud to partner with FC Tucson in the Desert Diamond Cup as a tribute to team building, overcoming obstacles, and personal achievement. Ask about CARF accreditation when looking for healthcare services or find a provider at carf.org. Good pressure here from Tucson on the back line. It's very much been Tucson on the front foot so far in the early going here. Been a number of giveaways from the Strikers in their own defensive half, and that's led to some half chances for Tucson here in the early going. Haven't been able to connect on that final pass. That final pass in the final third has been what's eluded them so far here in the early going. A few passes just too far away from their intended recipients, too close to McDonald in goal, or just too far away from everybody in general. But certainly the kind of forward play that coach Amy Garelick, and here's the header flicked on, dealt with not all the way. Now over to Sarah Adams, chases it down out of the box. Defended well, but clearance only as far as Urquidez. Puts a cross in. Open chance right here. Well defended. Another chance in the box fizzles out for Tucson, but certainly the type of forward play that Coach Amy Garelick and her coaching staff will be liking to see early here in the first quarter of an hour of this match here this evening. There's another giveaway for Strikers. And it's Pierce who tracks it down. Now up with Maggio. Has time to turn through ball. Flag up against Urquidez. Tucson continuing to build, though. Just offside for Urquidez. The sub just on. That time the final pass was a connection from Maggio, but just a drift offsides right there. But Tucson continuing to build into this game. And for Strikers, the issue has been these giveaways in their own defensive half of the field that have led to some breakout opportunities for Tucson. And there goes Maggio again on the turn, playing a through ball. Booted away, but only as far as Urquidez. Puts the cross into the box, headed away, and again. And now a boot only as far as Maddie Irwin. Plays it for Jessica Nelson, intercepted by Hannah Wong, though. Now Wong over the top. Couldn't curl her foot around it, though, and it settles to Amani McDonald, who distributes quickly once again. All the way back to Rachel Wilson. Clearance makes it through to Sarah Adams. Does well to keep it in play. But well defended right there. Another giveaway. And right back to Sarah Adams. Trying to go through to Maggio. But well defended back to McDonald. Big boot forward, headed down nicely by Alex Skidmore. And then Jesse Hicks. Hicks leaves it for Irwin. And now up to Hannah Wong. Got a few subs waiting to come on right now for Tucson. It looks like they're going to be made right here. And it's Jessica McDormand, number 16, and Kaylee Carter, number 8, coming on. So some fresh legs for Tucson. And making way, Sarah Adams, number 24, been very active in that midfield so far this evening. There's the flip throw from Jessica Nelson. Headed away nicely by Nicole Millar. That was, but it's off of her head and out for our first corner kick of the game here for Tucson. Outswinger coming, can't beat the first defender though, and headed away. Urquidez tracking it down. Puts a cross in herself. Going to be too far out in front of the just into the game Kaylee Carter. And that will be another goal kick. 18 minutes gone in this one. No score here at Keno North Stadium. As another quick goal kick coming from McDonald. She seems to want to move the ball so far this evening. She's been quick to distribute with her hand. And she's been quick on the punts and the goal kicks. And Kelly Pierce rolls one out off her foot there, and Strikers will get themselves a throw. And Kelly Pierce is a very interesting story, making her first appearance of the season here this evening for Tucson. She is a Tucson native, graduated from South Point Catholic High School all the way back in 1999. Went on to play for Pima Community College right here in Tucson, and played professionally here in the WPSL for the Sonoran Thunder. And just last month, Pierce was named the new head coach at Sal Point Catholic High School, her alma mater. Here go strikers on the counter. Out to the right wing. Well defended right there by Tucson. And the playback straight to Maddie Irwin. And here go the Tucson ladies the other way. Back to Irwin. Nice through ball for Carter. And that's going to get away from her. Another goal kick coming for strikers. And so Kelly Pierce, just to finish on her, was just named the head coach at Sal Point Catholic, her alma mater, just last month. And so she is actually going to be the coach of one of her teammates here tonight, Lauren Bollinger, who is on the bench right now, has yet to appear in the game here this evening. Lauren's going to be a senior next year at Sal Point Catholic High School. So they are teammates here this evening, and they will be coach and player come this fall. So very interesting. Kelly Pierce, old enough, about twice as old as some of her teammates, some of her younger teammates on this Tucson side. There's about 3 or 4 high schoolers on this Tucson side from the local area. Dangerous ball right there for McDonald. Hannah Wong tracking it down, and she just boots it out of bounds, helped along by her defender. So Pierce about twice as old as some of her younger teammates here this evening, and will be the coach, not only the coach of one of her teammates here, but the coach of last year's state champs at Sal Point Catholic High School. Their old coach vacating the position, and Kelly Pierce very happy to go back to her alma mater and resume head coaching positions. Here's Jessica Nelson with the flip throw on the right side. One time, Hannah Wong comes to nothing in the end. While enjoying today's game, remember to be a good sport. Being responsible and considerate of others shows you're a true fan. Your friends at Bud Light remind you to always select the designated driver. Bud Light, enjoy responsibly. Strikers looking to try to build into this game more in possession a little bit, but another giveaway right there as the ball's going to roll off of Kaylee Carter's foot out of play. Strikers have had 1 or 2 chances in the final third so far this evening, but haven't been able to garner anything in and around the box. Certainly nothing in terms of shots. Just too many giveaways from them so far early. And we're going to have our first water break of the evening here in the 23rd minute. Temperatures still running well over 100 degrees right now. Yet another shocking hot day here in Tucson. And as we approach 8 o'clock in the evening, it's still well over 100. So big credit to all these players right now for running around in this heat, even after the sun has gone down. You asked for ticketing flexibility, and FC Tucson listened. The Vantage West Flex Pass is new for 2017. The Flex Pass includes 7 tickets at a discounted price to use whenever you want, with whomever you want. Bring 6 friends to one game or attend 7 games yourself. Includes any FC Tucson men's and women's matches. Go to fctucson.com to buy your Vantage West Flex Passes. No score here at Keno North in the opening 25 minutes or so of this game this evening. Goals have been difficult to come by for this FC Tucson side this year. They've played 8 games, as I mentioned earlier, and they've scored only 8 goals in those games. Started off pretty well this season with 6 goals in the first 4 games. But they have found it very difficult to come by in the second half of the season so far, with only 2 goals in the most recent 4 games. Cross into the middle here. Jessica Nelson collects, but then loses possession of it. Now back with strikers. Through ball, tracked down, can't quite be kept in play, and that's going to be out for a goal kick. So consistency in goal scoring, that has just been the issue for this Tucson side this year, and one of the major reasons why they've only been able to pick up the 2 wins out of the 8 games. They've also had the 3 draws. Nice flick on for Maddie Irwin, plays it ahead for Kaylee Carter, in behind the defense, but the flag is up. And a great opportunity is erased just like that for Kaylee Carter and Tucson. A little better here from Tucson in the last few minutes. Been able to find that final connecting pass a little bit easier. The problem is they've just been offsides on 2 of those occasions. Goals have been an issue for this striker side as well this season. Mentioned they've played 7 games, and they've been able to come up with only 7 goals from those games. So each team averaging exactly 1 goal per game so far this season. So certainly could be setting up for a low-scoring one in this one as well. Flick on by Kaylee Carter, leaves it short, but it's another giveaway for strikers. Now with Hannah Wong. Got a few options. Tries to take it herself. Blocked nicely. Right there. Here goes strikers on the counter. Nice through ball. Headed up. Look over the top, put just a little short, and Alex Skidmore boots it away. Both of these teams this evening coming off of bye weeks last weekend. Both of them played their last game just under 2 weeks ago on June 25th. 2 weeks from this coming Sunday. And a trio of subs now coming on for Tucson. And it's going to be Sarah Adams, Jessica Rabe, and Paige Maggio coming back into the match. So, trio of starters coming back on here. Replacing Kaylee Carter, Jessica McDormand. Another big flip throw from Maggio is well over everyone's head, and that's going to just be out for a goal kick. Good to see number 3, Jessica Rabe, back out there. First time back on the field since her collision with goalie Amani McDonald a little while ago. So good to see that she is okay. Just got the wind knocked out of her. For Tucson, that action 2 weeks ago was against their in-state rivals, the Phoenix Del Sol. Played a little weekend home-and-home series on a Friday night here at Keno. Played to a 0-0 draw in that one, and then 2 days later up in Phoenix. Tucson came away with the victory, 1-0 on a goal by Hannah Leitner in the 43rd minute, getting an assist from Savannah Barry. And Tucson was able to come away with their first win since the opening game of the season back on June 3rd against FC Pacific, who they will play tomorrow. A drought that lasted 6 games for Tucson, going winless, picking up 3 losses and 3 draws in that period between their 2 wins. Looking to get their second win in a row here this evening. And strikers making a substitution, and it is Alessandra Ramirez, number 6, coming back onto the field. Jessica Nelson looking ahead for Maggio, but kick goes out of play. Big boot from Strikers up into the grandstand on the far side of the field. And that allows Jessica Nelson to do another big flip throw right there. Hannah Wong momentarily in behind the defense. Turns it for Leitner. Flicks it up ahead. Now with Jessie Hicks. Being tracked down, well defended right there by Gabby Zamaripa. Gabby Zamaripa putting some pressure on Jessie Hicks and forcing the turnover, and Strikers gives it right back, as they have done fairly frequently here in the opening half an hour of this match. Maddie Irwin trying to leave that for Sarah Adams, but not quite enough behind it. McDonald's clearance, though, only makes it as far as Jessica Nelson. Out for a Tucson throw-in. We got a couple of more subs waiting to come on here, and they are going to be called onto the field right now. For Tucson, it's going to be Megan Hawkins making her first appearance of the evening. First for Strikers, though, that's number 5, Megan Guzman, making her way back on here. Megan Hawkins going to have to wait. Big throw in from Nelson. Put down by Nelson. Shot! Saved by McDonald. Best opportunity of the match right there for either side. That is a couple of flip throw-ins from Nelson this evening that have been rather effective. One early in the early going that dangerously bounced a few times in the box before the Strikers dealt with it. And that time it was brought down on the foot, and a nice turn right there, but a little too close to McDonald, and a fairly comfortable save for her in the end. Here goes Strikers looking to generate something here on the offensive end for the first time this evening. Nicely done in through the defense. Shot trailing off just to the right. No trouble for Rachel Wilson in the end. Hey fans, use your match tickets from any Tucson men's or women's game to get a great deal at the Culvers located on Keno Parkway. Simply present your ticket stub to the cashier when purchasing a Culver's value basket and receive a second one absolutely free. This includes any sandwich, classic side, and medium soft drink. Culver's, welcome to delicious.
Here, FC Tucson, number 17, Megan Hawkins.
And there it is, Megan Hawkins now coming on with that stoppage, and Maddie Irwin getting her first rest of the evening. Another hard collision right there that Jessica Rabe was involved in. This time, thankfully, not a full body collision for her. Ball all the way back, needing to be tracked down, and that allows Tucson to extend the press up, but Strikers do well to beat it. Opportunity here, cut onto the left foot. Savannah Berry stepping up well again from her center back position. And just as easily as they got there, Strikers are dispossessed. Tucson now looking to counter. Wong leaves it for Adams. And now with Jessie Hicks. Right back to Wong. Good build-up play here from Tucson. Maggio can't track it down, but it stays with the hosts. Jesse Hicks, nice flick on. Opportunity here for Maggio! Tucson starting to put more and more pressure, continuing to build on their chances, getting closer and closer. Certainly looks like it's coming at this point, but nothing as of yet in the 35th minute here at Keno North Stadium. And here is Lauren Bollinger making her first appearance this evening on for Hannah Wong, who did well in that build-up play just now. Bollinger, as we mentioned, going to be a senior this coming fall at Sal Point Catholic. Important piece of the team that won the state championship in her junior year last year. Already made her commitment for college, going to be playing her college ball up at Idaho State University after next year. Big header right there on Savannah Berry's strike, and the Strikers player feeling the effect of it right now. You could hear that as the ball hit her head, and just taking a moment or two to recover from it. Dangerous ball right there for Strikers, but two players collide on it, and another big swing away for Savannah Berry, and possibilities here for Lauren Bollinger. Heads it down, cuts it back nicely to her right. Bollinger! Well saved by McDonald, and a big hand of approval from this crowd here at Keno North as the chances continue to come here. And now Tucson starting to get them on cage, not just in the vicinity, not just into dangerous areas, but starting to force some saves here out of Amani McDonald. Testing her a little bit here. That was well done from the high school senior Bollinger. A nice head down and a beautiful cut back inside of her defender. Perhaps just a bit too far away on the strike, and it was well saved by McDonald. There's a nice track down by Jessie Hicks to earn possession back. She gets shoved with a forearm to the ground. A whistle, and it'll be a free kick here in a dangerous position for Tucson. Savannah Berry trotting up from her center back position. Looks like she's going to be the one to give service to this. Sarah Adams as well, standing behind it. A bit of an unusual role for a center back, although Berry is multifaceted, plays a lot of different positions. Goes for goal herself, goes low, booted away. Not a bad decision there by Berry. That can always be dangerous. Put a ball low into the box like that. You never know what kind of deflection it may take. Strikers did well there on that one, though, to give clearance. And here's going to be Nelson again now with another flip throw in this final third. She's been dangerous with it tonight. Another bouncer. Up and over everybody, though. Headed away, but tracked down by Sarah Adams. Got a number of options in the box. Looks to play it close, though. Low roller. Opportunity here. Rabe. Well blocked by Strikers. That's going to be out for a corner kick. Beautiful run right there by Jessica Rabe. Making a diagonal run through the near side of the box, and Sarah Adams found her well. And Tucson earns a corner out of it. Big in-swinger coming, goes low. Jessica Nelson does well to come out and get that. Adams with a nutmeg. Got some space here on the left side. Plays it low, looking for Nelson, blocked away. Now with Pierce. Does well right there. But her cross doesn't beat the defender. And strikers look to clear. Good pressure right there from Sarah Adams to earn possession back. Now Adams still on the ball. Tries to cut it back in. Well defended. Another really good opportunity right there for Tucson. Showing good hustle is this Tucson team to get possession back, to keep the pressure on strikers as they're going to make, or the visitors, a couple more subs right here. And it's going to be Haley Gonzalez, number 19 coming back in. And number 9, Yaira Hernandez coming back in. Pair of starters here this evening, coming off of a rest. A couple of heads, and Jessica Nelson does well. Now with Megan Hawkins, another of the high schoolers on this Tucson side. Flicked on by Nelson. Little too far out in front, but good job tracking down. Right there. And there's that pressure that I'm talking about by Tucson on this press. Putting some big pressure on this Strikers defense right now. Looking to see if they can steal a goal here in the final 5 minutes of halftime as Maddie Irwin's going to come back into the match and try to help that along, and she is going to come on for Megan Hawkins, excuse me. Maddie Irwin after a rest coming back on. And it's going to be the big flip throw coming from Maggio this time. Gets it right into the middle of that 6. Headed away with Pierce, who goes back out to Maggio. Tons of options. Floats one in. Headed just wide. That was Lauren Bollinger getting her head on the end of that one and flicking it just beyond that far post. Good service, though, coming in from Maggio. Tucson continuing to look dangerous here.
This includes any sandwich, classic side, medium salt drink. Remember, Culver's, welcome to delicious.
Paige Maggio way too aggressive going after that one. And referee Kenyawani sprints over to talk to her. Maybe a little frustration from Maggio. It's been a successful half moving forward for Tucson, but have not been able to get that reward of the goal. Perhaps a little frustration from Maggio right there. Just a talking to, though. Forearm up on the back, and that'll be another free kick coming here for Strikers. Foul there against Pierce, who walks away questioning it. So a free kick in a fairly dangerous position here for Strikers, who are really going to be the ones to look to steal a goal here in the end of the half. After the way that that this first half has gone down, the vast majority of the chances coming for the hosts. Dangerous ball towards that back post, headed away by Tucson. Jessica Nelson getting her head on that one and tracked down and booted away towards midfield. Savannah Berry with the giveaway. Right there, intercepted. But Berry does well to win possession back. And now with Jessica Nelson. Irwin leaves it for Nelson. Little dangerous. Back with Strikers now. Berry steps up nicely. She's done well back there so far this evening. About 3 or 4 times intervening and winning possession back for for Tucson. Into the 45th minute now of this first half. And here goes Tucson on the front foot. Space in front. Here's Jesse Hicks. Tries to leave it for Maggio. Hicks goes to ground trying to keep possession and comes up holding her ankle and limping a little bit here. Hicks trying to just jog it off. Alpha Graphics on Palo Verde is a locally owned and operated full-service marketing communications company. We're experts in design, printing, mailing, and digital archiving services, as well as direct marketing solutions that include the latest technologies in variable data printing, one-to-one marketing, and cross-media campaigns. When you partner with us, you're partnering with an expert who can drive results for your business using a multi-channel approach. Alpha Graphics, a proud sponsor of FC Tucson.
Stoppage time. That's 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Fourth official has indicated there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time coming for this first half. A couple of injury stoppages plus the water break contributing to that. And it's going to be Hannah Leitner coming back onto the pitch for FC Tucson to replace Paige Maggio. She's had a couple of nice chances herself in this first half. Probably the best of the game came off of the foot of Maggio. She got on the end of a bouncer in the middle of the box and pushed it a little bit to the left. And we remain scoreless. Adams up ahead to Leitner. First touch lets her down. But possession stays with Savannah Berry, who looks for goal herself. Now that was the definition of ambition right there. From Savannah Berry, looking from about 40 yards or so away from goal, figuring why not. No trouble for McDonald in the end, though. And her kick can't be controlled and out of bounds for a Tucson throw-in. Nice flick on right there by Leitner, finding her fellow high schooler Lauren Bollinger. Now with Maddie Irwin. Jesse Hicks and Maddie Irwin doing well to keep possession right there. Hicks, not the best decision right there. Turned it back into the middle where about 3 Strikers defenders were. And now Strikers looking to counter. A little more than half of our first half stoppage time gone here as a foul's committed going after that loose ball by Tucson. Nice ball over the top. Strikers opportunity coming in here on the left side of the box. Put across in low. Right at Rachel Wilson, who does well to hold on to it. Could have been dangerous there if she let that bounce up away from her, but Wilson does well. Hasn't had a ton to do in this first half. Has the Tucson keeper and the Tucson native, but did well right there. Called into action in the final minute of play here in the first half. Well done by Jesse Hicks there, tracking back to intercept that pass. Sarah Adams with the step over. Switch to Jesse Hicks. Got some options here. Had Hannah Leitner on her right. Chose to look middle. Ball intercepted. Final 30 seconds of stoppage time here in the first half, roughly. Sarah Adams ahead to Irwin. Irwin's ball just behind Jessica Rabe. Booted away towards midfield. Out for a Tucson throw-in. But that will be the last action of this first half as the referee blows his whistle. 0-0 here through 45 minutes at Keno North Stadium. Tucson looked the much better side on the front foot. Many more chances for this Tucson team. Started to put some better passes together in the final third. Started to force some saves out of McDonald in goal. But nothing in the end so far for Tucson. 45 minutes down here at Keno North Stadium with 45 minutes still to come and 3 points up for grabs between these two PAC South Division rivals. We will be back for the second half here at Keno North Stadium. FC Tucson and Strikers FC tied at 0-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Keno North Stadium here in Tucson, Arizona for this evening's WPSL matchup between the hosts FC Tucson and the visitors Strikers FC South Coast. Through 45 minutes here this evening, no score right now. All to play for in the final 45. A first half that saw most of the meaningful possession, most of the opportunities on goal for this FC Tucson side. Early on, it was a lot of giveaways from the Strikers in their own defensive half that led to some breakout chances for the Tucson ladies. But they were just missing that final pass. They built that up, though, as the half went on, and started to get a few chances on goal, started to test Strikers goalkeeper Amani McDonald more and more as the half went on. A few relatively comfortable saves for McDonald, mostly in the end. But good to see these chances coming for this Tucson side, especially after a rough game in their last home game against Phoenix del Sol exactly 2 weeks ago, where the chances were just not there in a very rough game. That game ended 0-0. Certainly hoping that some goals will be coming here in this second half. Tucson looks the side more likely to convert those chances right now, but the coaches have had their say at halftime, and we will see what changes have been made, personnel-wise, tactical. Can see right from the get-go that Tucson is starting things off with Lauren Bollinger, number 18, who had the kickoff right there. Bollinger did not start this game, but she came in and played much of the second portion of the first half, and she is now starting here in this second half. So Bollinger had herself a couple of nice opportunities along with Paige Maggio. Found herself on the end of some of the nicest chances that Tucson had in the first half. At one point, Bollinger had a little breakout on the left side, did well to head it down to herself, cut it back on the inside of her defender, and had a free look on her right foot that she just put a little too close to McDonald, and then had an open header off of a corner that she pushed just wide right of the far post. So Bollinger earning herself a starting spot here in that first half as Tucson give it away under some pressure right there from Strikers. And a throw in for the visitors, but they give it away right away. Jessica Nelson with the head right there. Switching over to the left side to start this second half is Nelson. Nice cutback right there by Sarah Marr, number 8 in white. And ahead to Alessandra Ramirez. Ramirez doing well, evading 2 defenders and earning herself a corner. Good work right there from Ramirez. Got away from a couple of Tucson defenders and deflected it out of bounds, and the Strikers will have themselves the first corner of this half and the first of the game for the visitors here, just about 2 minutes into this second half. Ball put out towards the edge of the 18, headed down. Chance still there for Strikers. In the end, put out for a goal kick. The Shop Tucson is the official gear supplier for FC Tucson. Stop by for this season's new jerseys, t-shirts, scarves, and so much more. You can also visit FCTucson.com anytime for your FC Tucson gear needs. Strikers finding themselves some much better possession in the early going here of this second half. Almost a giveaway just as I say that, but strikers retain it. And Jessica Rabe does well to dispossess, shows some good strength to track that one down. And a nice ball ahead for Maddie Irwin. Out on the left side, the flick on. A little too far out in front of Alex Skidmore, making a big run up from her right back position. Little shuffling on that back line here at the start of the second half, with Jessica Nelson moving over from right back to left back and Alex Skidmore pushing out to the right side. Step over from Hernandez. Leaves it for Marr. Little flick on right there. But booted away by Kelly Pierce. Part of that shuffling of the Tucson back line. Pierce started the game at left back, is now at center back. So all four starters still in there right now to start the second half, but three of them in different positions than they started in. Maddie Irwin goes back to her defense. Sarah Adams pushes it ahead to Rabe. Bad giveaway from Rabe. Opportunity here for strikers. Looking to split these center backs. Cut back to the left foot. That was Alessandra Ramirez right there, who was given the gift by Jessica Rabe. Did well to take on the two defenders, but in the end her shot trails out wide left and out for a goal kick. Going to have our first sub of the second half here coming on, and that is Hannah Wong coming on to replace Lauren Bollinger, who had earned that start in the second half, but an early sub takes Bollinger out. So Wong on now. Looks like she'll go out to the right and push Jessica Rabe right here on the ball now into the center. Rabe looks to go over the top. Wong trying to track it down, but too far away. Header back to the goalie. Stoppage of play here from referee Noah Kenyawani for a Strikers player who had gone down to a knee and is now being told to vacate for the moment. So we're going to have a sub here come on for Strikers. And it's Nicole Millar. Nicole Millar coming back on. And player who came off being tended to by the coaching staff right now. Can't quite see who it is. Headed down towards Rabe. Left for Maddie Irwin. And that's Yahaira Hernandez, who came out there and is now walking towards the end of the bench to the attention of the Strikers training staff. Big kick under pressure and out, and I guess that took a deflection off of Tucson, out for a Strikers throw-in. Paige Maggio up into the middle. Jessie Hicks now looking for goal herself, and well wide out for a goal kick. Celebrate your birthday or any event in style at an FC Tucson PDL or WPSL game. FC Tucson even offers an ultimate birthday package where your child can be a player for the day, and catered corporate packages for adults as well. Visit FCTucson.com and have your party or event this summer at an FC Tucson home match. Big through ball right here for Strikers. And here goes Ramirez once again. Double team comes, though, to cut out the chance for Strikers. The visitors looking much better here in the early going of this second half, keeping possession better, garnering a few more chances for themselves moving forward, looking much more dangerous here for this Tucson side in the second half. Irwin and Hicks come together to win possession back. Here goes Sarah Adams with some space in front of her. She's got Rabe on her right side. Plays it in the middle to Wong. Wong, opportunity. Can't get enough on it. And in the end, no trouble for the goalie. Big opportunity there for Tucson, though. Best of the second half. Tons of space moving forward. It was a great look from Sarah Adams, finding Hannah Wong streaking straight up the middle of the field, but couldn't get enough on the shot in the end. Minutes going here in this second half. Still tied at 0. Strikers FC looking a lot better here in these 10 minutes of the second half. Looking a lot more dangerous to get themselves a goal. Little dummy right there for Strikers. Opens up some space. Here's Ramirez. Back to goal. Big switch coming over to the right side. And pushed out now. Cross comes out over the goal and out for a goal kick.
Chris is your insurance agency for business employee benefits, home and auto. Visit us today. Chris.
Looking for a place in town to drive with no speed limit? Autobahn Indoor Speedway provides 2 Grand Prix-style tracks and Italian electric carts capable of speeds up to 50 miles per hour. Visit them at www.autobahnspeed.com for location and hours information.
Maybe tomorrow.
Good pressure right there from Sarah Adams. And Jesse Hicks coming up to help gain that possession back for the hosts. Ball down in the corner. Maggio trying to track it down, but the clearance attempt goes off her foot, and that'll be out for a throw-in for Strikers. Opportunity to break out here. But Tucson does well to get back. Big switch coming. Headed straight up by Jessica Nelson. Here goes Tucson now with some space outside of the foot by Hannah Wong. Up for Maggio. Dangerous clearance back to the keeper. Gets it away, though. Ball up ahead for Wong. Left for Alex Skidmore. Crosses up to the box, and Hannah Wong gets knocked down hard. Will be a free kick coming here for Tucson.
CBO Soccer has served the communities of Oro Valley, Moran, and Catalina for over 35 years and is proud to be.
Not a smart foul right there for Strikers. Just a little too over-aggressive going after that ball, and in the process pushed Hannah Wong straight to the ground. Hard foul. And it's a free kick in a dangerous position about 25 yards out and straight on for Tucson as a sub comes on here for the visitors. Got Maddie Irwin standing behind it with her left foot. On the right foot, shot! Dangerous, saved very nicely right there from Hannah Wong. That was on the right foot. Nice save, diving to her right for the Strikers keeper. Throw in given straight away to the Strikers. There's Jesse Hicks in the middle of the field. Now Alex Skidmore. Sarah Adams comes to pick it up. Little 1-2 with Jessica Rabe. Little too far out in front of it. Maddie Irwin, nice step up there for Strikers. And they'll look to go the other way, but an immediate giveaway. Pierce steps up well. Now finds Rabe. Here's Adams looking for goal herself. Up and out for a goal kick. As an official sponsor of FC Tucson, Chapman Automotive invites you to visit all of their outstanding dealerships. Honda, Acura, Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz. It's tough to field a team this good, but Chapman Automotive has done it. To see Chapman's latest lineup, visit them on the web at chapmantucson.com. Big fight for the ball here in the right corner. Won by Tucson as that goes out of bounds off of Strikers. Now we're a little beyond the hour mark here at Keno North tonight. Tied up at 0 right now. It's been a lot more evenly played here in the second half through about 17 minutes. We've seen fairly equal possession and some equal opportunities into the final third of play after a first half that was mostly controlled by Tucson. And Jesse Hicks does well to win possession in a dangerous spot. Crouch ahead to Wong. Wong dispossessed, well defended right there. And it's Strikers going the other way. Quick throw in taken, but well defended right there by Tucson. And a nice clearance. Opportunity here for Hannah Wong looking over the top for Jessica Rabe. Defender slips. Tucson had a chance for numbers right there. If that ball could have reached Sarah Adams, it finally does. Adams tries to cut it back inside. That's going to be deflected out for a throw-in by Sarah Marr. Skidmore with plenty of time. Picks her pass to Hicks. Has got some space coming in towards the 18. Takes a shot. Deflected out for a corner. Well done by Jesse Hicks, finding the space in front of her that was given to her by Strikers. moved up into a position to get a shot off. Nice step up late, though, right there by Strikers. And the corner coming for Tucson. Here comes the outswinger. Head on the end of it off the crossbar. Still danger here for Tucson. Hicks on the turn, can't get anything behind it, and cleared away. Tucson just inches away from opening up the scoring here tonight off of a beautiful header in space. The turn! Oh, he's going over. Out for a goal kick from Maggio. Oh, there's the most dangerous moment of this half for Tucson. 20 minutes in, a header from, looks like it was Jesse Hicks, deflecting off the crossbar and down straight into the middle of the box as the ball comes sailing into the crowd here. And even though Strikers got help from the crossbar there was still work to be done, and they clogged things up in the box just enough to keep it out of the back of the net for Tucson. 20 minutes gone here in this second half. And Tucson looking to break out once again now. Here goes Jesse Hicks trying to split the double team herself, cuts it back out to the right and leaves it for Jessica Rabe. Rabe tracks it down just in time. Cross though back to Hicks. Up for Crouch. Crouch goes to ground, keeps possession. Hicks with her back to goal, leaves it for Sarah Adams. Adams herself, blocked away. Still danger in the final third for Tucson. Now over to Jessica Nelson on the left side. Cuts it back towards Hannah Wong, but offside flag is up.
FC Tucson would like to thank Body Central Physical Therapy for providing game day coverage and sports medicine care for our athletes. Body Central Physical Therapy is provided. Tucson
starting to look a lot more dangerous here in these last few minutes here of this second half. Very similar to very much the way they looked in the first half. Had some possession early on in the final third, but weren't able to connect on anything on goal. But about halfway through the second half, just as we saw in the first half, they're now starting to pose a few questions to this Strikers back line and the goalkeeper in specific. So far, though, both defenses have passed every test that was posed to them in this game. Mentioned the first half, it's two very low-scoring sides here matching up this evening. These are two teams that have each scored one goal for every game they have played this year. 7 goals in 7 games for Strikers and 8 goals in 8 games for Tucson. So perhaps it's not a surprise that we are in a 0-0 match here in the 67th minute this evening. Jesse Hicks under some pressure goes back towards Kelly Pierce. The big veteran on this team, her first action of the season. But Pierce, veteran in terms of age and experience. A nice turn right there, left for Jessica Rabe. On her left foot, over to Hannah Wong on the one time. Flag stayed down against Wong right there. But her one time straight to the goalie, couldn't get enough of a curl on it. Tried to place it. Needed to go for a little more power. Bad header right there for this Tucson defense, and now an immediate opportunity again for Strikers. On the left side, shot just over the bar. Out for a goal kick. Well, a couple of very dangerous chances for each side here right in a row. Beautiful pass from Jessica Rabe finding Hannah Wong on the left side as we're going to have our first water break of the second half here. Rabe found Wong on the left side. She was open. She was behind the defense with the flag down. And her one time on the right foot couldn't find enough power or enough placement, and it was a fairly easy save in the end. And an immediate distribution from Strikers and a misheader from the Tucson defense helped Strikers have a chance immediately on that fast break, but just glanced over the bar. And we're going to have a goal kick coming up here for Tucson after the water break. The Brannon Group at Nova Home Loans helps FC Tucson fans reach their home ownership goals. That's the Brannon Group at Nova Home Loans. So we mentioned we've got a couple low-scoring teams here on the season in this match. That's something that can be characteristic of a lot of the teams in this Pac South division this year. It's a division that has been dominated by one side. That's the San Diego Sea Lions, who FC Tucson fans saw earlier, and FC Tucson in their home game against the Sea Lions this year gave them perhaps their toughest test of the season. In that game, Paige Maggio scored on a penalty kick that was awarded after a handball in the box early on in the 8th minute of that game. And Tucson basically held on for dear life for the next 60, 65, 70 minutes or so of that match as wave after wave of attack came from that Sea Lion team. Eventually, they broke the resistance, ended up getting a pair of late goals to take a 2-1 victory there. But without question, the one of the biggest tests the Sea Lions have faced this year. San Diego has played in 9 games and won 8 of them. They were held to a draw recently against the LA Galaxy San Diego, who love to draw. That side, LA Galaxy has played 8 games this year and have drawn in 6 of the 8 games. So they are the masters of the draw. But save for that one draw, San Diego has won every other game this year. They sit in first place with 25 points this season. Adams ahead for Rabe, who chests it down. Can't quite get control of it, though, and is dispossessed. So San Diego on top of the division right now, the Sea Lions, with 25 points. They are crushing it over the rest of the division. We mentioned Tucson. This Tucson side, FC Pacific, who we'll see tomorrow, and the LA Galaxy San Diego, all tied for second place right now with 9 points. That's a 16-point advantage at the top of this division for the San Diego Sea Lions. They are just pretty much ripping through this division as a bad clearance attempt giveaway from Rabe, who looks to go for goal herself. A little too ambitious there from Rabe on the back foot. Was never going to garner enough power to get it over the head of the goalkeeper right there. Had better options, had a couple teammates that could have played in an unsettled situation. Just a missed decision right there from Rabe. It's another bad giveaway, though, from San Diego. Crouch has got Wong, looks to take it again herself, and into the back of the net! Paige Crouch with a gorgeous finish, and Tucson is out on top, 1-0. Holy cow, Paige Maggio. I think she surprised everyone in the stadium right there with that strike right into the upper right-hand corner, out of reach from the goalkeeper, who had no chance. That was perfectly placed, perfectly struck, and Paige Maggio, her second goal of the season, puts Tucson out in front here in the 72nd and now 73rd minute. A wonder strike from Paige Maggio. A very interesting sequence there from Tucson. It was first a giveaway on a clearance attempt from the goalie that Jessica Rabe tried to take herself and was just way too far away and way too much on the back foot to get enough on it. But then, and it just settled harmlessly into the goalkeeper's hands, but then it was another immediate giveaway from Strikers, which is something that plagued them in the first half. And this time, it was Maggio on the end of the giveaway, and she, just like Rabe, decided to take it herself. But her strike was much, much truer, much better, and ended up in the back of the net. Tucson finds themselves out in front now. Here into the finals, we approach the final quarter of an hour plus stoppage time of this match here tonight. What a wonderful, gorgeous goal from Paige Maggio. she becomes just the second Tucson player this season to score multiple goals. Not a surprise since the team only had 8 coming into the night. Joining Jessie Hicks, who was the team leader at the start of the night with 2. Both of those goals she scored in that draw with LA Galaxy San Diego right here at Keno earlier this season. So Maggio joins another giveaway here. Adams, opportunity ahead right here through everybody. It's wide open for Rabe, and it is into the back of the net, 2-0. The bad giveaways in their own half of the field, their own defensive half of the field, bite the Strikers once again for the second time in just about 3 minutes. They struggled with it in the first half. A lot of them just of their own doing, just some bad passes intercepted by Tucson. They were able to survive it on the scoreboard as a bad giveaway here for Tucson, as a clearance attempt from Savannah Berry goes straight into Kelly Pierce. But it's booted away for a throw-in here for Strikers. And through the first part of this second half, Strikers have another clearance deflected into a dangerous area here for this Tucson defense to deal with. Cross coming into the box. On the end of it, through everybody. Cleared away by Nelson. And now with Maddie Irwin. Nervous moment right there for Tucson. The Strikers looking to get right back into this one. And here's Jessica Rabe tracking that one down and forcing the clearance attempt. Going to have a couple subs here coming in for Tucson. And it's going to be Rabe, who just scored, making way for Hannah Leitner. And Mari Arcades coming on to replace Paige Maggio. So the 2 goal scorers for Tucson earning themselves a rest and making way for a couple subs. And here's Leitner, one of those subs. So again, Strikers started off better in this second half. We're really able to keep possession and build a few chances off of that. But in the last 10 minutes or so, the case of the giveaways has reappeared for this Strikers team, and this time they were not so lucky. This time it bites them on both times. A bad giveaway led directly to a Tucson goal. That second one, a ball that was put into the box, kind of traveled through everyone, traveled through a Tucson player, a Striker defender, the goalkeeper as well, and trickled through for Jessica Rabe to have a nice, easy tap-in and get herself her first goal of the season and give the 2-goal cushion here for Tucson. Through ball for Arcades, looking for Hannah Wong. Can't make it through the defenders. But possession stays with Tucson, and a ball over the top now will get towards Wong, but headed away. Wong doing well there in pursuit. But Strikers able to clear it out in the end. Only as far as Savannah Berry, though. Jessie Hicks for Sarah Adams. Does well on the turn with pressure coming from behind her. Plays it out for Hannah Leitner. Just too many defenders for Alessandra Ramirez to have to beat right there. Almost gets possession back, but Tucson settles in with it, and Jessie Hicks on the ball now. Some space to run. Still Hicks now, moving into that final third. Still Hicks. Plays it out, gets tripped up. No call, though, from the referee, and that's going to just be out for a Strikers throw-in. Wonderful run right there from Jessie Hicks. Took herself about a third of the field. Evaded a few defenders and looked like she'd earned herself a free kick. Good pressure right there from Arcades. Still, again. FC Tucson looking for their third win of the season here this evening and what would be their second win in a row. Ball into the box, but nobody home on the end of it for Strikers. Easy pickup for Rachel Wilson. The Tucson ladies won their first match of the season out in Southern California against FC Pacific, and then went 6 matches without getting another win, picking up 3 losses and 3 draws in the process. But in their most recent game, away at Phoenix Del Sol, Tucson were able to get a 1-0 win on a Hannah Leitner goal, and they find themselves up 2-0 right now in the 80th minute here at Keno North. Finding themselves in a great position to pick up that second win in a row and what would be their first win here at home this season. In their 4th home match of the year, Adams finds Arcades, plenty of space, goes for it herself. Easy bouncer in the end, though. Crest is your insurance agency for business, employee benefits, home, and auto. Visit us today at www.crestins.com. Bouncer settles with Hannah Wong, who cuts it back in towards her right, tries the through ball, intercepted. Through ball there, looking for Zamaripa. Too far out in front of her and booted away. Great hustle here by Hannah Leitner. She's got the speed to get to it, and she does. Keeps it in play, but can't keep possession of it. Good pressure, though, again from Tucson. Will force another throw-in. And we'll have a few subs coming on here first before that throw-in. And it's going to be Avadni Gerard Osborne for her first action of the night here as she replaces Kelly Pierce. Exiting for the final time tonight. Pierce putting in some really good work, the veteran. In her first action of the season, Kelly Pierce graduated from high school before some of her teammates on this Tucson team were born. Did some real good work in defense tonight, holding the Strikers off the board so far through 82 minutes. And it's Nayeli Requejo coming on for the Strikers. As the ball deflects out for a corner. Requejo, one of the many players on this Strikers side who has played some experience with Cerritos Junior College out there in the L.A. area. Produced a number of the players on this team. And Cerritos is just a dominant junior college. The numbers they put up, the championships that they win, the state and national championships that they win. As Jessica Rabe, one of the goal scorers, comes back in here for this corner. But yeah, the numbers that Cerritos side puts up are just astonishing. Jessie Hicks gets her head to it, but nothing behind it and out for a goal kick.
FC Tucson fans reach their home ownership goals. That's the branded group that Nova Home Loans.
Ramirez going back to her defense. Look ahead there for Leitner, but a nice step up by Marr. So anyway, Requejo was part of a couple of outstanding teams back in 2013 and 14 with that Cerritos College. Won a couple of state championships, and Requejo put up some Ridiculous numbers in her time there. After her 2 years, as Hannah Leitner gets shoved to the ground and a foul coming. And there is Raquejo committing that foul. So in her 2 years at Cerritos, Raquejo recorded 63 goals and 42 assists in 2 seasons, left as the all-time leader in both categories. And one of her teammates, Ashley Webb, on this striker's side as Jessica McDormand comes back into the side. Ashley Webb, a member of this striker's roster. She was a teammate of her for 1 year in 2014 as well, put up 42 goals and 17 assists in 1 season. Ball into the box here, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, who comes out nicely to corral it. So Ashley Webb, 42 goals and 17 assists. That's 101 points in 1 season. And that season for Webb, she was the second leading point scorer on the team to Raquejo, who had 102 points that season. So I think you see what I mean about ridiculous numbers being put up by that Cerritos Junior College side that won 3 straight state championships, 2012, 13, and 14, and has produced a number of the players for this striker side here this evening. Here's Sarah Adams on the ball now, up ahead to Rabe. Right back to Adams. Got Hannah Leitner with some space, but can't quite reach her. '86th minute of play here in the second half. FC Tucson on top, courtesy of 2 very nice second half goals from Paige Maggio and Jessica Rabe. Giving them the edge right now, looking to get their second win in a row. All 3 points here, as they try to solidify second place in the Pac South division here of the WPSL. Vantage West is a proud sponsor of FC Tucson. To us, you're not a bank account, you're not a credit card. To us, you're our friends and family, a part of our history, a key to our future. And you deserve more. More opportunity, more flexibility, and more personal service. Stop by a branch or visit vantagewest.org to learn why you deserve more. Strikers looking to get back into this one late here. Cross blocked away, though, by Tucson. Now a ball down the line for Ramirez. And cut out well by Tucson and Savannah Berry, who's put in some good work in the center of that defense this evening. Ball deflected out for a goal kick here for Tucson. You asked for ticketing flexibility, and FC Tucson listened. The Vantage West Flex Pass is new for 2017. The Flex Pass includes 7 tickets at a discounted price to use whenever you want, with whomever you want. Bring 6 friends to 1 game or attend 7 games yourself. Includes any FC Tucson men's and women's matches. Go to fctucson.com to buy your Vantage West Flex Passes. Ball ahead for Leitner. Tracks it down in the right corner. Doesn't have much in the way of options in the middle. Crosses it in anyway and trickles out harmlessly for a goal kick. 175 fans have made their way out to Keno North Stadium for tonight's game. We appreciate each and every one of them showing up to support our FC Tucson ladies here on the final weekend of their regular season. The girls will close things out tomorrow night right here at Keno North. Same time against FC Pacific, the team that they started the season against. And they came out of that game with a 2-1 win, so they'll be looking to bookend the season with another win against that same team. But they are on their way to a win tonight, barring something drastic from strikers here in this one. And it hasn't been the most successful season ever for the Tucson women, but they are really gaining some momentum here and closing this season on a good note. If they can keep strikers off the board here in the final few minutes, final minute and a half plus stoppage time of this one, they'll be able to get their 3rd consecutive clean sheet. So Third consecutive clean sheet and second consecutive win and third consecutive game with a result of some kind. 2 wins and a draw. We cross into the 90th minute now. Here's another giveaway from Strikers. No foul given. Sarah Adams has Hannah Leitner on her right side. Checking to make sure she was onside. Didn't think she was, and cut it back. Now plays it to her. Leitner going into the corner. Looking to just waste a little time. That's going to be out of bounds off Leitner for a goal kick. Strikers needing to move fast here as we are into the final 30 seconds before stoppage time. And Tucson's going to make themselves a sub to slow things down here before this goal kick. And it's Kaylee Carter, number 8, coming into the match for the first time this half. And Hannah Wong going to be making way for her. Wong really did some good work here in this second half, helping to keep the pressure on this Strikers defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, there'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Excuse me, that's Arcades making way. Wong remaining on the field. And we're now going to have 2 minutes of stoppage time here to close this one out. 2 minutes for Tucson to get that 3 points. Jessica Rabe just looking to waste some time here. Waste out this final minute and a half. Big boot away from Savannah Berry. As we are into the second of our 2 minutes of stoppage time here. Leitner plays it for Carter, who had just drifted off sides. Well, this Tucson team going to get some revenge on Strikers from their game earlier this year out in Southern California. Opening weekend of the season after their win against FC Pacific. Strikers took a 2-1 victory on that day. So Tucson will even up that season series here. Take a big step up into second place in the standings here of the Pac South Division. Final seconds play out and a free kick called for Strikers. We've had our 2 minutes just waiting on referee Noah Kenyawani now. As Alex Skidmore does well to get back and snuff out any final attempt from this Strikers side. But we play on still. There goes the final whistle from the referee. And the FC Tucson ladies have got their second win in a row. And a big 3 points to move into second place in the Pac South Division. It was a well-played game. Saw a lot of chances for both sides. In the end, it was the giveaways for Strikers FC that was their undoing in this one. They were able to keep Tucson off the board in the first half, but in the second half, a couple of bad giveaways in a row in the final 20 minutes, in about a 3-minute span of each other, that Tucson converted directly on, first by Paige Maggio and second by Jessica Rabe. And that was all Tucson would need in this one to get themselves a big victory and a big 3 points as they close out their season here this weekend. The girls will be back on the field tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7:30, right here from Keno North Stadium. They will take on FC Pacific in their season finale, presented by Long Realty. So please join us here for that. And then next weekend, Next Saturday, that is, the Tucson men will be back in action for their regular season finale as they take on the Colorado Rapids U23 side. The Tucson Medical Center Noche Latina de Football de Univision Arizona and La Poderosa, presented by Vantage West, benefiting Chicanos por la Causa. Be live music, live entertainment, and some very exciting soccer as the Tucson men look to close out their regular season, and we hope